Hello there, guys. Welcome back to Younes Talks Football. I hope all of you are doing well today. You are. We're 24 hours removed from a historic night at Stamford Bridge where everything was magnificent, unbelievable scene, something that we will remember and cherish for a very long time. But it's only half time because we got Arsenal on the weekend. So we're going to see exactly what's going to happen. Now, this video is being released straight after the Champions League games tonight, and that's intentional because all of you are going to be finished with the football and then you're going to end your day watching this. So happy days. Let's hope Arsenal have bottled it somehow. I don't expect them to. My prediction beforehand is that I was thinking they were going to win. So let's see what happens. But we've got quite a bit to discuss based on last night. And at the very end, a transfer link. Yes, and a substantial one at that. Someone we've already discussed. You might have seen it already in the title anyway. I'll decide what I'm going to write on the title. But before we get into all of that, I've got two things for you. Firstly, make sure you head into the description for two reasons. Three reasons. You got my YTF merchandise if you want to go and check that out, but that's my clothing. Now, if you want Chelsea's clothing off the back of last night and you want to go and get some Estevao goods, because why wouldn't you? I have to go and do it at some point, I think. Well, there is a sale going on in the Chelsea Megastore at the moment. Make sure you head over to the Megastore, link in the description, and use the code Blue Friday. Yes, Blue Friday. It's a Black Friday deal going on, and there is a magnificent amount of discounts going on for the next, nearly 2 weeks or so. 10 days, 2 weeks, somewhere there. You're going to get offers on there. So head to the Chelsea Megastore link in the description. Head over there. Use the code Blue Friday. Go and get all of your goods, especially your Estevao goodies, and you'll be a very happy person. Secondly, go and check out, I quote this person often, and I think it's only right. And I'm going to show you what I was actually going to show you in a little bit. But CFCPYS, right? And Con, if you're aware of Con as well, I show him from time to time on here. They've got a brand new channel here on YouTube, so you might want to go and have a butcher's. Another Chelsea channel to go and check out. I know you guys like your Chelsea content, not just me, all the other lads as well, everyone that I'm sure you're watching. Well, you got another one to add to the spectrum. So go and have a look. Chelsea Central is the channel. I'll leave a link in the description as well. Go and have a look in the butcher's. I know they're familiar with Twitter content. They're now on the YouTube game, so welcome to YouTube, guys. You're going to love it. Anyway, that's that. Go and have a butcher's. Much appreciated. Now, let's reminisce. Let's reminisce. I want to show you. I want to show you this beautiful piece of photography from last night. Yeah. Whoever got this for the Chelsea socials needs a raise. Yeah. I would give them a bonus for what happened this weekend. Not this weekend. Sorry, this week. Don't worry. What's going to happen on the weekend? The preview for that will be out on Saturday. So make sure you're here for the Chelsea Arsenal preview. But what went down? Here it is. That was special. And it's exactly as I called it yesterday at the end of the watch-along on Shootout. I said that was a special one because I think it deserves that phrase. Look at Estevao and look at Barcelona. On the floor, defender and goalkeeper. Ruined. Beautiful. That's art. That is a piece of art. Hang that in the Louvre. Hang that in the Louvre. Now, listen, that was special. That's also another thing. Go and check out. I'm going to leave a link for you right there. If you didn't catch the watch along yesterday, yeah? Oh boy, you missed out. Yeah, but don't worry. We've condensed the watch along into a highlight video. So you can go and have a look at all the flipping highlights that took place yesterday. Go and have a butcher's. You're going to love it. Me and George lost our minds. And that second goal has basically gone viral for us. And it's unbelievable. I think we're already on Instagram. We're already on like 150,000 views on it or something. It's crazy. But we went mad. And the two different reactions just beautifully went together. Yeah, he was in a state of shock and I was in a state of absolute jubilation. But go and have a butcher's. But at Estevao goal was just, I still can't get over it. What a specimen of a footballer. What a footballer. Estevao, sir, you are a special one. I will say it again. Unbelievable. Now, we got more to decipher from yesterday. Including, now, this is something I've not said. Yeah, but I love how Robert Sanchez is moving. I love it. Because on the pitch, he's gotten better. We're not seeing blunders. His distribution has actually improved. His passing yesterday was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And even in the Burnley game, much, much better too. He's really coming into his own. And he came in clutch a couple of times. Only the couple of times it was needed, really. Apart from that, he had a pretty straightforward day at the office. But he spoke after the game, weirdly enough, to El Chiringuito TV, who we know are Real Madrid affiliated, right? Well, look what he said. He goes, I see us as favourites for the Champions League, not Barca. Cucurella has Lamine in his pocket. Take him out your pocket, Cucurella. Take him out, take him out. Oh, no, he did. He did when he had to take him out of his pocket because Lamine Yamal got subbed off. Hooked. Stinker. Hooked. You know, Robert Sanchez is talking in a very, very, I want to say proper Chelsea sort of way, right? You know, someone that's just going to really just dish it out. Just straight up, yeah? Robert Sanchez has really taken that mantle. And he's doing a very good job. A very, very good job. So big up to Robert Sanchez with that. Because he's not wrong. He's absolutely not wrong. Now, the festivities, right? The banter, the jubilation, all of that we love and we will continue to have, and it will go on for a while. And hopefully we can carry that into the weekend. But let's get to business. Let's get to business. Fabrizio Romano has said something in relation to the direction of Chelsea Football Club. So let's get into it. No one is making jokes anymore about Chelsea signings. People have been criticising Chelsea's strategy, Chelsea signings. You can see now they are adding some special players to the squad. And this is from last night. Now, last night, Bedadik Bali nearly fell over in the tunnel when he tried to go and embrace Cucurella. And he did say, I think if you look at the video and you look at the quote, he says his son was saying something about Cucurella. I think just because of the way Cucurella locked up Lamine Yamal. I mean, it was beautiful. We anticipated it, but it was beautiful. Everything that's been said here is true. It is absolutely true. Some of the players now that we have acquired, right? And especially the ones that have come in. So like Santos has come in, beautiful, right? Estevao has come in, it's just lit it up. We are operating without Cole Palmer right now. And it almost feels like we're not. It feels like he's in the team. Do you know what I mean? I imagine when he comes in, it's going to be mad. But there are, as of now, the pendulum has swung. There are now more players that have been bought by this hierarchy at Chelsea that are playing really well compared to the ones that are not. We had a time at the beginning for the first 2.5 years where the players that were playing badly that we'd brought in, the players that were playing badly were more than the players that were playing well. That has now swung. The players that we've brought in, there's much more of them that are playing really well compared to the ones that are not. I think now you can only really count on a hand the ones that are not even. I can't even say that. I can't even say playing not playing well. Everyone's playing well, you know. But there's some players now playing exceptional. Caicedo, machine. Cucurella, machine. Estevao, out of this world. Santos has really come in when we've needed him. He's come in and he's managed to play a role that we thought maybe he wouldn't be able to pull off because he was seen as the Enzo Fernandez replacement. Well, no, now he's come in to literally play the Caicedo role if needed. Unreal. Enzo Fernandez is now really stepping into his own after a difficult start to the season. You know? Malo Gusto has improved. Reece James is injury-free and killing it right now. There's so many... Robert Sanchez has improved. Everyone's improved. So not just the improvement, but the players that we've brought in who have made an impact that are playing fantastic. It absolutely is true now that we are starting to see the fruits, thankfully, the fruits of the investments that were made. And there's more to come. So we'll see how that one pans out. But this is why I done that press conference video at the beginning of the season, before the start of the season, when we beat PSG in the Club World Cup, and I was like, okay, this really now warrants an opportunity. Yeah, for the ones that were criticising, like me, it deserves a chance. This season now, they have earned an opportunity to have a season of show us what you've got. Let's see what we can do. We can't just not even halfway through, just go, no, you know what, no, not having this. No. Because at the end of the day, the most important thing is to see Chelsea succeed. When we are operating at a level like we saw last night, and we are doing it consistently against the big clubs now, and hopefully we do the same on the weekend. But this is what we wanted. Because 2 years ago, we couldn't dare put on a performance or even dream of putting a performance like we did last night, or beat PSG, or beat Liverpool, or, I mean, Tottenham is a regularity. We don't need to talk about that. But you get the gist. And hopefully against Arsenal, who are leaders, who are setting the bar, who are the favourites, who are the team that everyone's looking like they're flawless, how flipping amazing would it be if we stopped them? But that's the conversation we were dying to be in. That's the standard that we wanted to be back at. No? Am I wrong? No. That's the standard. That's the highest level right now. Well, if we're there, well, great. Let's stay there then. That's what we wanted. So everything that we are doing now is really coming into its own. And that is what we've wanted to see. So it deserves the opportunity. It deserves a chance. It deserves a season. For sure it deserves a season. This is why the criticism of Maresca that we had a little bit in terms of the start of the season, now it's a given. He absolutely minimum deserves until the end of the season. Minimum. And I think right now he's really, really earned trust, because tactically, when he really, really has to get things right, he does. So big up to Enzo Maresca on that level as well. Now, talking about Enzo Maresca, he has spoken. Let's hear what he's had to say. You'll like this. On Estevao, he says, Estevao looks like an old-style guy. He's not on his phone all the time, not spending a lot of time on social media. He's working hard. He's a simple, normal kid. I love that. His family's always around. He's a special player, but a normal guy. I love this, man. And I have to give, this is where I have to give a shout out, because when we talk about bad scouting, how about we talk about good scouting when it happens? It's only fair. We have to be fair here. Absolutely call out when it's bad scouting or it's a bad player. Like, what have we done here? But when it's good, use the same energy. You got to be fair. Alison Marins is the South American Chelsea scout. He is the South American scout for Chelsea Football Club, works for the club. He is the one looking at South America. He is the one who noticed this boy. He is the one who got this done. Or, got the link anyway. Absolutely deserves credit. Alison Marins, you are getting flowers on here. Fantastic. Thank you very much for your work. Keep it up. Phenomenal work. Absolutely phenomenal work. And what Maresca said here is absolutely spot on. And this is why I love Estevao here. Because, and this is why, okay, let's talk like Harry Redknapp. He's going to go to the very top, yeah? He's going to go to the very top. And you know what? Ironically, just like it was said for Lampard back then, it's very similar traits. Someone who's got his head switched on, who's humble, who's serious, who's working hard, who's not distracted. Eh? Lamine. Someone who's really got good people around him. Someone who's got, to be fair, and he's had really, really good people around him in terms of his family. Not just in terms of mentally, but religiously. His dad's a priest. He's really humble. He's in connection with his faith. He's got his priorities set out. He's not just on the loose. He's not got yes men around him. That's Estevao. And the fact that we've identified a player who's got that is very, very important. It's very easy to find a very good, talented footballer. But what about everything around the player? What about the baggage that you're getting with the player? Estevao has zero baggage. Zero. Not even 1 gram of baggage. Zero baggage. Humble, down to earth, family boy, wants to do well, serious, dedicated, not distracted, has faith, isn't bothered with the material things. But we've got N'Golo Kante, except as an attacker. Basically, this is it. Unreal. So I love this. Enzo Maresca has spoken very highly of him, and deservedly so. But now I want to talk about Enzo Maresca and the way that he has conducted himself after the game yesterday. Because something caught my eye. Listen to what he said straight after the game. He said it's a good win. No more than that. It's time to think about Arsenal. Estevao start? We will see. What's happened? I remember the Maresca who was over-celebrating Conference League wins. Do you remember that? When we beat like Noah and we saw like Maresca and the team just like in the huddle going, yeah! We were like, brother, what the calm down. Bruv, we beat Noah. Relax. He's gone from that to smashing Barcelona, FC Barcelona, who tried to come and show so much smoke and chest, right? Who tried to really, they thought they'd come to the bridge and do a number because they're Barcelona. Now, this is the history of the Chelsea Barca. This is the history of the Champions League. This is the history of the 09. This is the history of the everything. When you play Chelsea, you suffer, yeah? When we do all of that, and it's such a big occasion, especially for us, and there's so much emotion involved, Enzo Maresca's looking at this going, yeah, it's a good win. But we're thinking about Arsenal. Bloody hell. Whoa. That I can relate with. That I can identify with. That is how a Chelsea gaffer should be talking. That is what I love to hear. Because the one person around here who needs to remain composed and needs to remain switched on is the gaffer. And it's Maresca. And that's exactly what he's doing. On one of the biggest wins that we've had. Let me take this back. One of the biggest wins that we've had at Stamford Bridge ever, in terms of performance and in terms of the way that we got it done. But it's a historic night. But without question, it's the biggest night under Clearlake and under Todd Bowley. Without question, it's the biggest night under Blue Coat. Up there with the Club World Cup. Without question, right? We do that. Biggest night in the last 3 years. And Maresca's like, yeah, it's good win. But Arsenal. I love that. As much as I was looking at when he was bouncing against Conference League teams, and I was like, brother, relax, what are you doing? That's not how a Chelsea gaffer operates. Let me tell you that is how a Chelsea gaffer operates. I love it. So, fantastic. Let's take it into Arsenal. And let's see what we can do. Now, I want to show you something. Barcelona, don't go, hang on, Barca, before you go, yeah? I know they've already got on the plane. They're already heading back home. But before you take off, I need to just tell you one last thing. Yeah? Pay attention. Barcelona's streak of scoring a goal or more in 53 consecutive games is now over. You can go now. Safe flight. Know who you're talking to. Yeah, next time, know who you're dealing with. This is the history of the Chelsea versus Barca. We always have your number. You need referees to get it done. You need corruption to get it done. When there's none of that, you cannot get it done. So know your role and stay in your lane. Thank you very much. Have a nice flight. I love this game. Now, let's move. I love. This is why I wanted to beat Barcelona. It's Barcelona. There's so much history. Yeah. Honestly, I can never get over 2009. I can't. We got our revenge in 2012, but I cannot get over 09. Whenever we face them, I need to see them suffer. I need us to make them suffer, and that's exactly what we did yesterday. It was beautiful. But on top of that, every time we play them, that's what tends to happen now. It's a regularity. So, I love this game. Now, Cucurella, Fabrizio has nailed down on his situation. Cucurella signed improved terms deal at Chelsea in August, as revealed. So that is something that we have to remember. He did, in fact, sign a new deal. So he's now contracted to, I'm not sure the year, I'll be honest, but longer than before. So happy days. Cucurella, just make sure, you let Lamine out past customs. He's got to get out the country. Let him out the country. When they come back in again, you can put him back in your pocket. It's fine. Just saying. So that's that. We love this game. Oh, man. Beautiful. Barcelona, eh? Barcelona. Can never... And hang on. I want to say this before we move. Barca's social media team have no shame. No shame. They do now, though. Because they were coming into this game and they were putting pictures up of 2009. They were talking about Iniesta. They were showing, this is what we do at Stamford Bridge. Look at this. And you have the cheek to show that night. You have the cheek to show that night of 2009. You actually have the bottle to show that like you did something. UEFA did something that night. Ovrebo did something that night. corruption did something that night. You didn't do something that night. Don't take credit for that. Or in fact, unless you lot were involved, allegedly, I can't say anything here. I'm just saying, right? Who knows? But where's Platini now? Oh yeah, he's not around. I wonder why. They had the cheek to do that. Well, let us show you how to run without corruption. Let us show you how to run without a referee. Let us show you how to get it done ourselves. And that's exactly what we did. We dispensed of them efficiently. Now, good luck and take care in La Liga because you're going to need it. And we hope to not see you soon. Anyway, that's Barcelona. Now, Estevao has spoken. Let's hear what he's got to say. We'll keep the celebrating going here. We'll keep the celebrating going. We have to. Here's Estevao. From the moment I arrived here, I felt such a connection with the fans. I'm just so happy that I could score for them and make them happy. I hope to keep making them happy and to score more goals for them, as Estevao has already made a massive impact. And he's also gone on... actually, no, I'll read that out in a bit. I love this game. Listen, Estevao has built a connection instantly. And why? Because he brings so much excitement. We haven't had... With all due respect to Cole Palmer, who does excite fans. But this level of excitement is 10 out of 10 excitement. Eden Hazard was the last one to do that. Estevao has unlocked it. Every time he gets the ball, there's a... like, even with Cole Palmer, it's like, yay, okay, yeah, he's got the ball, great. With Estevao, it's, hang on, what's he going to do? Because you just know he's going to do something. It's just, that excitement, that's what we had with Hazard. It was, oh my God, what's he going to do? Every single time. When he's just literally taking off his bib to come off the pitch, to come on the pitch as a sub, but the crowd's going mad like we scored a goal, you know? And then he justifies it. He keeps justifying it, and last night was his introduction to the world. Now the world knows who Estevao is, and everyone's taking note, and everyone now realizes, oh my God, what have Chelsea cooked here? As Thierry Henry said, let him cook. Let him cook. So we will. Now, talking about cooking and the deal itself, check this out. Not only did Chelsea make a healthy profit on Noni Madueke, who they signed from PSV for about 30 million, Estevao also cost less than the fee Arsenal committed to pay for the England international. That's how much we got Estevao for. Peanuts. Estevao right now will be a £200 million player. Easily. I am so confident in saying Estevao will win the Ballon d'Or. Maybe not this year's already done. Maybe not next year. Maybe not even the one after. But he will win the Ballon d'Or. I'm confident. Because right now, I don't see anyone in world football who has his level of skill and consistency. Except, and we have to be honest here, Lamine Yamal does. But he's going to be his own reason as to why he doesn't hit his potential. If he keeps going the way that he's going. He needs to really, really calm himself down and bring himself and start acting professional. And not like he's already won Ballon d'Or 5 times. He is already Cristiano Ronaldo, mate, or Messi. Nah, mate, you're not. Yeah? Pipe down. Yamal has the skill. Absolutely. And realistically, it should be them two to be the new gen of people fighting for that prize. But Estevao will definitely win it. I could bet a house that he will win the Ballon d'Or at some point. So let's wait and see. So that's that. Let me know your thoughts. Overall, I'd love to hear your opinions on that, but Chelsea have done phenomenal business in getting someone like Estevao. And apparently there's more. According to, I'm not sure if have I saved this? I have, I think I have. Yeah, I have. So let me show you this. Check this out. So the good news for Chelsea fans is more Estevaos are on the way. Giovanni Quenda, who some in Portugal say is the next Cristiano Ronaldo, is joining in summer 26 for a fee of £44 million. So that's another one. We could honestly have Quenda and Estevao for about 75 million net, which is nuts. When you talk about Estevao, who in Brazil was nicknamed Messinho, as the new Messi / Ronaldinho. And now you're getting talk of the new Ronaldo. And Chelsea have got both. It's going to be mad. No, but I don't want to put those comparisons. And this is where Estevao's humbleness comes into play, because when he was being called Messinho in Brazil, he was saying, no, don't call me that. I'm Estevao. Done. This is Lamine Yamal, and everyone's calling him Yamalinho. He'd be like, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course he would. So this is the difference. Beautiful so far. Beautiful strategy in terms of the way it's playing out. Estevao. Quenda coming in next. Love it. Now, here's more. Check this out. Sky have gone on to say Chelsea are building for the next 5 to 10 years. Don't want to be Estevao FC or Cole Palmer FC. The target is to have a squad with 6 to 7 Estevaos and Palmers. Chelsea chose to sign Estevao and not Endrick, and they got him ahead of rivals after 3 years of scouting. And that's credit to Alison Marins, once again. Fantastic. So it's very, very intriguing and very interesting and very exciting when you see players like this now arriving and making this sort of impact, and you think, hang on, we're not done? There's more? Oh, well, I can't wait to see how this is all going to fit. Fingers crossed, this is going to be incredible. So let's see what else we've got planned in store for the season. Let's see what's going to happen on the weekend against Arsenal, and we'll go from there. Now, to wrap up, transfer news. This is a big story now. Here it is. Chelsea have reopened contact with Mike Maignan's representatives with a view to signing him on a free transfer this summer. The Frenchman does not intend to extend his contract with AC Milan. Should Chelsea complete any transfer, they would look to offload Philip Jorgensen to free up room in the squad. Also, goes on to say, Chelsea activates Operation Mike Maignan and have accelerated behind the scenes. The London club is actively working to reorganise its goalkeeper position with a clear objective to pave the way for the arrival of Mike Maignan, whose situation at AC Milan has revived the interest of the Blues in recent days. The departure of Philip Jorgensen is seriously studied. The young goalkeeper could leave London to make room for a world-class goalkeeper. Chelsea relaunched contacts with Mike Maignan's entourage after learning that the Frenchman did not intend to extend his contract with AC Milan. The Premier League is a childhood dream for Maignan. Now, this is weird, because I've advocated for this goalkeeper, right? But right now, as of right now, unlike before, it made sense before. Right now, how does it fit? Because I was completely sold on the fact that Chelsea are trusting Sanchez, and he's the number one, he's not going anywhere. So is there actually going to be some competition? But then if that's the case and we buy Maignan, how much are we going to pay him in salary? But then don't forget, Mike Penders, who's at Strasbourg, who is going to be joining Chelsea at some point. Well, then what? That's how I'm looking from the Chelsea perspective. Now, if it were up to me, I'd have Mike Maignan. I like Mike Maignan. I think that's a reliable, experienced, nice, cool head goalkeeper. He won't be joining in January. Impossible. He'll be joining in the summer, which makes this whole move even more weird. But I guess if you're buying him for free, why not? Do you know what I mean? If it's free, why not? If this was the risk, because we could have made money for him and we didn't. But if we were to just pay nothing, well, great. Do you know what I mean? We don't lose anything here. But how is this going to work? Is this going to be a very short-term thing and then we try and sell? Or could this pave the way for Sanchez to leave, perhaps? And then we have Maignan and Penders. And then Penders takes the mantle in the same way Courtois took the mantle from Czech. But how does this work? That's my question that I want to leave to you. Because before it made sense. If we were going to make the move, this should have been done before properly. And I think we could have run with Mike Maignan, no problem. But we've chosen to run with Sanchez. And now he's playing well. And Penders is, we know, the next one to come in. This could interrupt everything, no? So how does it work? Interestingly enough, like I said, I'd take this goalkeeper all day long. But I'm curious to see how this would work. What's the strategy here? Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Much appreciated. We're going to end there. Subscribe, notification bell. Don't forget, check out the links in the description. Go and use the code Blue Friday on the Chelsea Megastore link, like I've already mentioned, down in the description. You can go and check out my merch, Younes Talks Football merchandise as well, and go and check out Chelsea Central, who have started a new channel. Big up to them. And I will catch all of you tomorrow for brand new videos. And also, Saturday, preview Chelsea Arsenal. So make sure you're here. Thank you all so much, people. Have a good one. Look after yourselves. See you tomorrow. Take care and peace.